let's go over to Gerard Canning for commentary on the 1986 All-Ireland football final, Kerry versus Tyrone.
So here we stand on the threshold of history as Tyrone prepare for their first taste of All-Ireland Senior Football Day. What a tremendous splash of colour on Hill 16. The Tyrone supporters making their presence felt, perhaps already ahead on points, as it were. Let's take a check then on the two teams, starting with Kerry. There's champions Kerry retaining Willie Maher in attack, the scorer of the goal, and the point when he came on as a sub against Meath in the semi-final. He's listed at right half forward today. Significantly, he's the only one on the team without an All-Ireland medal on a day when the famous five, Paddy, Ogie, Mikey, Ger and Pat bid for a record 8th medal. The big news, of course, is that Owen Liston plays in spite of a restraining hamstring injury, while virus victim Jack O'Shea lines out, though still struggling, it must be said, to be fully fit. And just beneath that splash of colour on Hill 16, this is how Tyrone line out. The history makers introduced 26-year-old Paddy Ball at left half back, and they've moved Joe Mallon to cornerback in the continued absence of Sean Donnelly. Noel McGinn continues at centre half despite the problems he faced in that role against Galway, and in attack Poach Quinn remains at top of the right. He'll wear number 13, and he's the free taker. Mickey Mallon, the free taker rather, moving to the other flank, that's the left flank. So the scene is firmly set. A very experienced Kerry team and the inexperience of Tyrone on the big occasion. Tyrone will play with the breeze in the first half. The referee, Jimmy Denigan from Cork. So the 99th All-Ireland football final is underway, and it's Eugene McKenna in possession straight away for Tyrone, winning the early free. Blanca Donaghy, one of three blondies, ready to take it. Tom Spillane, who has the task of marking Eugene McKenna. It's Noel McGinn who's taking it to Damien O'Hagan. He's trying to open up the play and get the first score. Mick Spillane. And here's Jack O'Shea, a first touch for him. It goes straight to Harry McClure. Here's Blanca Donaghy driving it down towards Damien O'Hagan, who's running to the left, taking Sean Welch with him, well out of position. Good loose ball, but waiting for it is Jack O'Shea. To the other O'Shea, last year's captain, Paul O'Shea. Into the open space, but Kerry now playing with what looks like a 13-man defence just for the moment. Pat Spillane well back. Here's Tommy Doyle. The loose man, Jack O'Shea. Confidently trying to prize out an opening. The break of the ball favouring Ger Power. The loose man is Ambrose O'Donovan, and that's a penalty, surely. The referee has whistled, signals the free. It must be a penalty. It is. Ambrose O'Donovan, he had the chance of a goal. Instead, it's a penalty. And what a shattering body blow after just a minute and a half. Watch it in replay as the goalkeeper had to commit himself, and there was no question about the penalty. So a dreadful, dreadful start for Tyrone. Aidan Skelton gets some advice from Kevin McCabe. McCabe took the last penalty here in Croke Park. That was a Tyrone one. It's Jack O'Shea who's going to take this one. And if memory serves me correctly, he got a goal in the opening couple of minutes of last year's final as well. Only 2 minutes of the game gone. Skelton against Jack O'Shea. It's gone off the post. John Lynch is there for safety. What a let-off. What a dramatic start to the All-Ireland football final. So Tyrone supporters can breathe a sigh of relief. A push at the other end as Damien O'Hagan is taken to the ground. Play continues, gets a little bit nasty, but the referee's whistle has gone in any case. But there's so much noise here in Croke Park at the moment that they simply didn't hear Jimmy Denigan's whistle. Well, Enda, what about that start?
I was just going to say that that was what Tyrone certainly did not want a goal against them in the early stages, but I think that ball coming off the upright and the goal not have been scored should be a great incentive to them now.
I'm sure they're going to be believing anything is possible now. Mickey Mallon, 20 years of age, younger brother of Joe Mallon, to take the free. Breeze behind him. He's put it wide, so there's still no score, and that was a gilt-edged opportunity, and it'll do very little for his confidence. So already it's quite obvious, a great deal of tension about. Just see it in the expression of Harry McClure. Mistakes been made early on, but no score, and 3.5 minutes gone. Harry McClure racing with determination, taken down by Ambrose O'Donovan. Ambrose, who captained Kerry in centenary year to victory. So once again the left boot of Noel McGinn to take this free. Driving it in deep towards Damien O'Hagan. This time it's Paulie O'Shea who beats Podge Quinn. And the free is awarded to Kerry. Ambrose O'Donovan outnumbered and out-jumped. Harry McClure firing it down deep towards his brother Mickey. This is the other, Mickey Mallon. Podge Quinn, the publican from Ballygawley. So Kerry now weathering the storm. Willie Marr. And you can see the way they play when they get into difficulty. Everyone's back except Owen Liston. And now the counter burst with Ger Power. Willie Marr. Looking up back here on McGarvey, and the cheer from the Tyrone supporters greeting that move again. Plunkett Donaghy. This is Eugene McKenna. Still no score in the final. And a free in yet again. So this one about 40 metres out, quite near the sideline as you see. And once again it's the free taker Mickey Mallon. Podge Quinn trying to keep it in play. There was a push on Paulie O'Shea. He kicked it over the bar all right, but it doesn't count. Paulie, the publican from Ventry, marking Podge, the publican from Ballygawley. And we note that Tyrone have made a change already. Damien O'Hagan has moved out centre forward. Eugene McKenna is gone in full forward. Sean McNally trying to win that from Tommy Doyle, but there was a push, free to Kerry. This very much the settling down period in the game as they sort one another out. Owen Liston breaks it down to Pat Spillane. Can he open the scoring with the outside of the boot? Yes! It's taken 6.5 minutes for the opening score of this game to come, and who else but Pat Spillane is the scorer. So having had a let-off from a penalty after just 2 minutes, Kerry finally break the deadlock. Ambrose O'Donovan fisting that one down, intended for Ger Power. Ogie Moran adding to it. Once again it's Pat O'Shea beginning now to open up the play on that far side. Pat Spillane. Ambrose O'Donovan unable to latch onto it, and it's Harry McClure back there helping his defence.
Just noticing there, Pat Spillane has been given a lot of latitude by Kevin McCabe. He's not marking him closely, and he's on to the end of all those balls that are knocked down. Also Owen Liston, even though he's not had full fitness obviously enough, but he's breaking the ball down to the forward.
Jack O'Shea obviously weakened by illness over the past couple of days, taking that free to Owen Liston. This is dangerous. Here's Paspalan. He's satisfied with the point. So that's 2 points for Kerry, both from the boot of Paspalan. And that was very, very nearly another goal, well, the opening goal. Let's take a look at it again. Owen Liston involved from that sideline ball by Jack O'Shea. And just look at his options. He chose the right one. Paspalan was content to put it over. And again, it's a determined Paspalan. Is this going to be another one of his finals? Jerpar darting in between two defenders, winning the free, and the referee seems to reach for the notebook. That's Kieran McGarvey, and despite the protestations, I think the referee is ready to write Kieran's name into the book. So the first player is booked after 8.5 minutes. This is the incident. Just notice the pace of Jerpar. 34 is the oldest man on the field. He got in between the two defenders. If anything, I think it was Joe Mallon who caught Kieran McGarvey. So Mikey Sheehy with Kerry leading by 2 points. Now leading by 3. The ever-accurate right boot of Mikey Sheehy stretching the lead. So already ended. The warning signs are there for Tyrone, having got away scot-free, as it were, from the penalty. They now find themselves 3 points behind.
Yes, and I must say that this Kerry team looks sharper and fitter than ever. Age certainly isn't taking its toll on today's performance.
Ambrose O'Donovan. Already Ambrose's name has been mentioned numerous times, contributing handsomely in midfield. Paddy O'Shea up towards Owen Liston, fisted away by Kieran McGarvey, down to John Lynch. Tyrone still to score. This is Noel McGinn, barging his way through. The referee decides. Owen Liston quickly taking it. There was, well, the referee said let's take it again, but the marking was very slack. Kerry showing all their old experience so far. Mikey Shee's free. Fisted down by Owen Liston. This is Paspalan to pick up the pieces, but for once he's missed. It's a rare enough occurrence indeed where Paspalan is concerned. One of the most accurate forwards in Gaelic football. So 27-year-old Aidan Skelton booting it towards this wing, intended for Paddy Ball, and the referee or linesman says it's gone off Willie Marr. Paddy Ball, who came back from a bad car crash about 4 years ago, formerly an Ulster player in the Railway Cup. Tyrone striving to open their scoring account. Plunkett Donaghy trying to unlock this Kerry defence, and it's Mickey Mallon is through, but the referee whistles up. Despite the goal, it won't count. Indeed, it's a free out. The referee saw a foul. One of the talking points of the game so far. Keep your eye on Mickey Mallon. But there was a drag down that time, quite clearly, before Mallon ever got possession, and the referee quite correctly awards the free out. Nice catch, Mickey McClure, the youngest player in today's final, blocked down by Ger Lynch. Joe Mallon. The Kerry ball. Interesting end of that switch that Tyrone made early on in moving Eugene McKenna into full forward and keeping Damien O'Hagan on the 40. So far it hasn't really worked.
No, it certainly hasn't. It may be the fact that Eugene McKenna might have an injury or something like that, but it hasn't worked so far. Neither of them are playing very well at the moment.
Spillane. Good jump forward by Harry McClure to touch it down. It's Mickey McClure. Kevin McCabe, we haven't really seen him motoring on that right wing so far. He likes to attack. Mickey McClure. But Tyrone so badly needed a score to give them an injection of confidence. Plunkett Donaghy. This is Eugene McKenna trying to forage his way through. Eventually he gives the free. On 2 occasions the referee might have blown the whistle just before that. So the third free that Mickey Mallon has had in the match, having missed a relatively easy one to begin with. Can he finally give Tyrone a little bit of hope? It's a point. It's taken them 14 minutes to get it. But that's precisely the boost their supporters have wanted. So now, will that score have a settling effect on the team? Croke Park can be mighty intimidating on big match day, especially when you're playing here in your very first final. 2 players going for the one ball, but it comes to Sean McNally. In towards Eugene McKenna. Was there a push on Sean Welch? The referee says play away. Tom Spillane to Pat Spillane, and just look where he is, yards from his own goal line. Amazing backup as always. Whenever Kerry are in trouble, there's always somebody there to help. Plunkett Donaghy. Down towards Damien O'Hagan. Nice catch! Looking for space. Kevin McCabe on this wing. It's wide. Quarter of an hour gone then in the All-Ireland football final. Kerry the leaders by 3 points to 1.
I think that Tyrone are kicking away chances at this stage that they can't afford to miss, really.
Here's Damien O'Hagan towards Eugene McKenna, touching it down. Sean McNally in quickly. Can he pump it over? Yes, it's 2 points they've got. The young Brackerville player makes it 3 points to 2. But Tyrone, remember, are playing with the aid of a breeze in the first half. Indeed, you were saying, Enda, before the minor match that this breeze should be worth a couple of points to the team playing with it.
Yes, I think it is. It's pretty strong, and I would say it's worth 2 to 3 points anyway.
Well, sometimes it can take a few minutes to begin to trust the breeze. That's Plunkett Donaghy. Flighting it down towards Eugene McKenna again. This time the referee blows the whistle. The advantage rule not applied. Podge Quinn felt he had scored a legitimate point, but the referee had whistled up the play.
Certainly, Ger, I think the ploy of playing the high ball into Eugene McKenna is working now, because if he's not getting possession, he's being fouled. So it's working for Tyrone at this stage.
So, just on the 20-metre line. A very favourable position for Mickey Mallon to shoot from. Can he now tie up the scores? The level. Greeted with wild applause up on Hill 16 from the ecstatic fans of Tyrone. So a very decent recovery being made by the Northern team, having gone 3 points behind. They've now pulled back to equality. A bad kick out, and Charlie Nelligan knew it, but it's picked up by the vigilant Tom Spillane. The equally vigilant Plunkett Donaghy, the man in the breach, down again with that high ball towards Eugene McKenna. This time it's Sean Welch who robs him. Pat Spillane back to help out. Jack O'Shea is to his right. Ogie Moran carrying forward the attack, driving it inside towards Owen Liston. Willie Maher's there too. So too Mikey Sheehy to Liston. That's a good reply. Kerry are in front again. Good catch by Jack O'Shea, shaking off the effect of the virus. Pat Spillane, and again an enterprising run by Owen Liston, not quite at full gallop. Willie Maher, who likes to play left corner forward, and this time the referee says he was pushing Joey Mallon, and the Eden Dork man wins the free out. Ger Parr, one of 5 players hoping to win his 8th All-Ireland medal this afternoon.
I think it's interesting to note there that Owen Liston is using his right foot all the time. He's not inclined to kick with his left at all. That's his injured foot, I presume.
Taken by Willie Maher. Ambrose O'Donovan. Here's Ger Parr. As Kerry always try to play in triangles to the target man who likes to feed it back, but this time it doesn't quite come off. Ger Lynch up on Mickey McClure, but McClure gets there first. Damien O'Hagan, as that one is fisted away by Tom Spillane, gets it back from Jack O'Shea. The marking is a little loose from a Tyrone point of view, and here's Ger Parr, but that's a good strong shoulder by Harry McClure, and eventually it's Joe Mallon who takes the ball away down towards the one-man attack, as it were. Eugene McKenna having quite a tussle with Sean Welsh. The referee allows an advantage. It's come to Damien O'Hagan. Can he round Mick Spillane? Kerry, remember, ahead by a point, 4-3. Sean Welsh towards Pat Spillane, but a loose pass. Harry McClure for Tyrone, really belting it, but there was simply nobody in a right corner forward position to keep it in play.
I think that was a very good advantage allowed by the referee there, Ger, but Tyrone didn't take opportunity of it.
Harry McClure is doing well in the last couple of minutes in midfield. This is Sean Nally, he's a lot of pace. Now can he finish with the left boot? Yes he can. They're level again. Sean McNally scores the equaliser. A brilliantly taken point. And one of the Kerry defenders in a bit of difficulty. Tom Spillane, it seems to be, just winded, but back with the action. Taken a bit by surprise, I would have thought, Tom Spillane that time, by the sheer pace of Sean McNally's move. Here's Willie Maher, transferring it into Ambrose O'Donovan. Here's Owen Liston. Hamstring injury or none, he's still very game and very much involved. This time going with the left boot, he's put it wide. So Kerry have 2 wides, Tyrone have 2 wides. 8 points so far in the game, 4 for Kerry, 4 for Tyrone. Ball. The last 15 minutes has been very good from a Tyrone point of view. As Damien O'Hagan boots into space, it's a difficult one for Ger Lynch to take, facing his own goal. But what a great defender he is. Here's Mick Spillane. Ambrose O'Donovan is under it, but not able to hold on to it. Kevin McCabe kicking rather wildly, and Eugene McKenna pleading inside, just on the fringe of the square. Why didn't you send it to me, Kevin? And those who had written off Tyrone before this match, I wonder if they're revising their notions at this stage. Jack O'Shea touching it down. Here's Pat Spillane. Tommy Doyle, the captain. He likes to come forward and get his own point on occasions. He usually manages to get one. Got one in the Munster final, got one in the All-Ireland semi-final, and this time he's got a free for his team, which will be taken by Mikey Sheehy. Tyrone protest Jimmy Dedigan's decision. While they're protesting, Mikey Sheehy is lining it up, but putting it wide. Well, they seem quite relieved by that miss. Sean McNally doing well, beating Tommy Doyle. Plunkett Donaghy towards Eugene McKenna. Can he turn this time? He can, but he can't hold on to it. He's got it once more. Back this time to Mickey McClure, but no great power or authority behind the boot. Pat Spillane, he's looked the sharpest of the Kerry forward so far. Willie Marr, the debutant. Ambrose O'Donovan opening up the play. Jack O'Shea, again the marking is considerably looser from a Tyrone point of view. Jacko losing it, not quite 100% fit by any means. And a bad fist that time, but it comes to Willie Marr. Easily taken by Aidan Skelton. This Tyrone defence, I think, growing in confidence in the last 10 minutes, getting the measure of Kerry. So 10 minutes to go to the break. Still level in the All-Ireland football final, 4 points apiece. Pat Spillane, and he spells trouble for Tyrone every time he gets possession. A dangerous one, again taken nicely by Aidan Skelton. Nicely touched down from Plunkett Donaghy to Sean McNally. Again, look at the gap. Just one forward and one defender. This time Mickey McClure is up quickly. So too Patch Quinn. McClure's got it. Trying to give his side the lead. Will it curl in? Well, Charlie Nelligan's got it, but the referee's whistle has gone for a foul on Mickey McClure, and so a chance for Tyrone to take the lead for the first time in the match. As we were saying earlier, playing with the breeze, which is quite considerable, they would want to be carrying a point or two of a lead with them into half-time to have any real chance for the second half. It's 5 points to 4, and Tyrone are in front. Mickey Mellon makes it 5 points to 4. And look at that for delighted Tyrone supporters. It's a sight, I suppose, to delight just about anyone's heart. They say, of course, that there are 31 counties wishing Tyrone to win this. Noel McGinn, Kevin McCabe, Damien O'Hagan. They're attacking in droves this time, and they've got a 2-point lead. Damien O'Hagan, the Carolina man, gets his name on the score sheet, and it's 6 points to 4. Well, that's quite a turnabout, because you'll remember at one stage that Kerry led by 3 points to 0. It's quite a recovery, Enda.
Yeah, Tyrone are doing great at the moment. The Tyrone forwards have the beating of the Kerry back line. All they need to do is get enough possession. But the Tyrone backs are not marking when Kerry get possession. They're allowing them a lot of loose play in the forward line. You can't do that with Kerry.
It could well be their downfall. They're rather loose marking in defence. They've got a free. It's a long, long way out, even by Noel McGinn standards. You remember in the game against Galway in the semi-final, he pointed a 50, which really gave them hope and led to the recovery eventually. In towards Eugene McKenna, fisting it down. But it's outside and wide, despite the best intentions of Mickey McClure to keep it in. But another very good, deep and penetrating ball that was by Noel McGinn. Tom Charlie Nelligal tries to vary the kick out. Podge Quinn back there foraging. Plunkett Donaghy. Kieran McGarvey way downfield. The full-back down towards the full forward, who's Eugene McKenna, despite the number 11 shirt. To Kevin McCabe. Well blocked down. Mickey Mallon. And a 3-point lead. Mickey Mallon has got his 4th point, the first from play, and it's 7 points to 4. 6 minutes to go to half-time. Now, is a huge surprise on here. These fans would like to think so. Kerry, appearing in their 46th final, hoping to win it for the 30th time, are in real trouble after 29.5 minutes. But Tyrone, I'm sure, will be mindful of Kerry's semi-final against Meath, when in the space of about 2.5 minutes they scored 4 points just before half-time to really turn the match about. But it's Tyrone who are doing the attacking. Eugene McKenna hasn't scored so far. Eugene McKenna giving it to Mickey McClure. Has he got the range? No. Just outside. But their ratio of attacks so far leading to points is quite good. 7 points to show for the opening 30 minutes. Jack O'Shea under the waiting ball, not opting to catch it, fisting it onto Ger Power. Again bottled up by the cover. It's a wild kick away by Tom Spillane. Kerry rattled just at the moment. It's all Tyrone. This is the best spell in the match they've enjoyed so far. Plunkett Donaghy from 50 metres. Good deep kick, but again going wide. So 2 or 3 chances now going a-begging. An over-eagerness perhaps on Plunkett Donaghy's part that time to belt it from 50 metres when Eugene McKenna was waiting inside for it.
Yes, I think that they might regret that in the second half, missing those chances. I noticed that Jack O'Shea, after a lot of movement early on, he's not moving so well now, not covering so much ground at the moment. Perhaps his sickness is telling at this stage.
They were telling me in the dressing room just beforehand that they're not really expecting Jacko to last out the full 70 minutes. Here's Pat Spillane. Again, he looks for the bomber but doesn't find him. That's Joe Mallon. Joe playing at left cornerback, well, moving back across the right cornerback now as he marks Ger Power. So the anxious expression of Mick O'Dwyer, Joe Keohane and Tim Kennelly, his fellow selectors as well. Mick O'Dwyer has a fabulous record, of course, having played in 9 finals today, coaching Kerry for the 10th time in an All-Ireland senior football final in 13 years. Ogie Moran's underneath that, and he's got a free. Mikey Sheehy taking it quickly. Again, the marking's very, very slack. Ambrose O'Donovan in towards Owen Liston, drawing the full-back out with him. Willie Marr striving to keep it in play, and that's going to be a Tyrone line ball. Art McCrory absolutely delighted, I'm sure, with this last 20 minutes of the first half. Tom McCagney there as well, to Art McCrory's left as we look at it. And that's Bob Granville in the cap, the physio from Belfast. Pat McCarthy, the man in the sunglasses there on the red sweater just to the left. They're all the selectors. Two and a half minutes to go to half-time. 7 points to 4 the position. And it's Tyrone who lead. And I suppose most neutrals would have wished that Tyrone would get a good start. They didn't quite get the start they wanted, but they've certainly come back impressively in the latter period of this first half. Paddy Ball driving it down, fisted down by Damien O'Hagan. It's taken by Tommy Doyle, the Kerry captain. Well and truly grounded. Tyrone not prepared to yield an inch, but in their over-anxiety on occasions committing fouls like that one there. There is, however, I think, and a temptation on Tyrone's part on occasions to overcommit themselves. They all seem to go racing for the one ball, and Kerry are so cute, you really can't do that because they have great vision and they pick out colleagues who are unmarked.
I think it shows the commitment of Tyrone, but also it shows their lack of experience compared to Kerry's, yes.
So it's experience against enthusiasm. Back there foraging about 40 metres out, but he lets it behind to Kevin McCabe. Taken to the ground, but the referee allows an advantage. It doesn't come to Tyrone's use, however. Ogie Moran fouled in possession, 50 metres out from his own goal, with just a minute of normal time to go to the half-time whistle. And there were very few stoppages in the first half. So it looks at this stage, bar a Kerry goal, that Tyrone will be taking a lead with them to the dressing rooms. Jack O'Shea towards Owen Liston. Touchdown by Kieran McGarvey to the waiting Paddy Ball. Tom Spillane allows it to bounce off his chest. Damien O'Hagan there. It comes off the referee to Sean McNally. Damien O'Hagan keeping the momentum and impetus of the attack moving. Blanca Donaghy. Jack O'Shea's back under it. Unable to hold on to it. Tommy Doyle. The on-running Paulie O'Shea. The other cornerback, Mick Spillane, and look at that for very poor marking. Ogie Moran. But the referee blows for the half-time whistle. And what a first half it's been from a Tyrone point of view. They conceded a penalty after 2 minutes. That was missed by Jack O'Shea. Kerry subsequently went into a 3-point lead, but Noel McGinn and his team, captained magnificently by Eugene McKenna, who's playing it full forward, have taken the initiative and they lead at half-time by 7 points to 4. Jimmy Denigan, the first Cork man to referee the All-Ireland Senior Football Final for 74 years. And so, 35 minutes to resolve the issue. Will it be Kerry's 30th or Tyrone's very first title? 3 points between the sides, Tyrone the leaders. Owen Liston unable to hold on to it. Kevin McCabe taking it quickly. Plunkett Donaghy wasn't expecting it. Again it's aimed towards Eugene McKenna, runs up to Damien O'Hagan. There's a goal here for Portsquin. Portsquin has scored after 45 seconds. What a way to start the second half. Just look at this again. The defence in total chaos. Damien O'Hagan must take a lot of the credit. The perfect layoff. And Portsquin's finishing was inch perfect. That's really brought the hill to life. So now, it's really been set up to the champions. Paddy Ball. That goal ender is bound to do an awful lot for their confidence.
Certainly, absolutely fantastic, and Kerry are going to have to call on all their experience and greatness if they're going to win today at this stage now.
Owen Liston trying to reply with a score, putting it wide. So, confirmation of the position, and what an intriguing match we've got in our hands now. Just 2 minutes into the second half. So in goals and points, or in points only, it's 10 points to 4. Aidan Skelton now with plenty of time on his hands. The one thing, of course, Tyrone just can't afford to do is fall back on that lead. Listen to the roar of approval. They build up with Paddy Ball involved. The layoff towards Damien O'Hagan. Could they ever get another goal? Eugene McKenna. The referee whistles. It's a free in. And it's another penalty. The referee thought about it for a few minutes. It's another penalty. Kerry having missed one after 2 minutes of the first half. Tyrone now find themselves getting one after 3 minutes of the second half. Eugene McKenna went right into Tom Spillane. The referee waited for a while and eventually gave the free. So, what a position. Charlie Nelligan facing Kevin McCabe. In the space of 3 minutes, can this game be put beyond redemption? It's 1-7 to 4 points. Put it over the bar. The goal was there for the taking. Instead, he's content with the point. And I really think he did try to place that one, but got in under it. Watch his approach again. The goalkeeper moved, you'll notice, in advance of the kick, but the referee left it over. Spillane, meanwhile, says we'll have enough of this, let's get a point of our own. That's the third point that Spillane has scored. So now, 2 clear goals between the teams. Well, and a comment on that penalty and that miss.
Yes, I feel to think that Kevin McCabe, on instructions, went for the point there because he took a very short run up to that and just seemed to tap it over the bar.
Well, we'll maybe find out later on. Did he go for the point, or was he going for a goal? Plunkett Donaghy. Here's Kevin McCabe again. Mickey McClure. It's 18 years since an Ulster team has won the Sam Maguire. This is the last year in which the present Sam Maguire will be presented. It'll be replaced for next year's final. Tommy Doyle wins the free out for Kerry. Paulie O'Shea, no time to waste at all now. But still a half an hour to go. A probing ball from Spillane. Kieran McGarvey follows it out over the sideline. Line ball to Kerry. Well, when have you seen Ger Power in such a rush so early in the second half? But Kerry in real problems. Mikey Sheehy hesitated for a moment and he's put it wide. Well, a couple of years ago you might have expected Mikey Sheehy instinctively to have hit that one, but this time he looked around, lost his concentration it seemed, and put it wide. And the referee is going down to Aidan Skelton's goal. And he's taking his name for time wasting, quite correctly so. The ball likewise should have been inside the small square, and the referee still hasn't brought it back in. And it's still outside the small square. However, game continues. Harry McClure striving to hold on to it. This is Timmy Dowd, the substitute introduced at half-time by Mick O'Dwyer. Off Owen Liston to Kevin McCabe for Tyrone, struggling to hold on to it. Timmy Dowd again, up on his man. Ger Power, 1-8 to 5 points to score. Kerry behind, Pats Milan, a goal! A goal by Pats Milan, a brilliant goal and a brilliant reply. A goal and 3 points, Pats Milan has now scored.
A marvellous goal there, Gerard. That shows Tyrone that they just can't afford to relax, because Pat Spillane was left loose there and he reaped the reward by scoring the goal. Now Tyrone are playing great, but in defence they're not concentrating, leaving men loose.
And just down injured after that goal, there are a couple of Kerry players and also a Tyrone man involved. Bob Granville, the physio, can't quite see who the injured defender is. It's John Lynch, the Castlederg man. And the injured Kerry player is back on his feet as well. Well, he's certainly feeling the effects of that injury. So now, just 3 points between the teams, 1-8 to 1-5. Some riveting excitement in this match. A highly charged atmosphere. Plunkett Donaghy, with Tyrone giving as good as they're getting. Damien O'Hagan onto Mickey McClure. Will he go for a point? Yes! That's a brilliant score from Mickey McClure. It's the first point he's got in the match. It makes it 1-9 to 1-5, and a good reply in its own way to that Kerry goal. Jack O'Shea fisting it on, not quite the same old Jack O'Shea, but clearly troubled by a flu virus, as Tommy Doyle is pulled to the ground. Plunkett Donaghy and John Lynch, the two blondies. Just take a look at this incident again. That was Mikey Sheehy and Sean McNally, the player who grounded Mikey Sheehy. And there may well have been a name taken that time.
John Lynch looks badly injured, Chair, and at this stage I wonder, is it wise for Tyrone leaving a player like that on the field, because certainly he has lost a lot of his mobility.
And the end result of all that is a Kerry free from the 50-metre line. And Mikey Sheehy has put it over the bar. So the gap is cut yet again. Now just 3 points between the sides. A crowd of 68,600 watching this contest. Bigger than the attendance for this year's hurling final a fortnight ago, and getting great value for money. Pats Milan, no matter how fast he is, could never keep that one in. Timmy Dowd laid off the pass. Aidan Skelton here, who made his debut in the Monaghan colours, or in the Tyrone colours against Monaghan in the league 6 years ago. Harry McClure chasing up for that one with Eugene McKenna. It's McKenna who gets it. Plunkett Donaghy firing it up towards Mickey McClure. Ger Lynch under the waiting ball. Here's Timmy Dowd. He's made a difference. He's provided a bit of mobility in midfield. Not such a good pass, but it comes kindly to Ogie Moran, to Owen Liston. This time catching well, laying off nicely to Tommy Doyle. Kerry coming, looking for another point. Ogie Moran kicking. He's missed it. Ogie Moran, who has played at centre forward in all of the All-Ireland finals in which he's won a medal so far, and 7 he's got to date. One of 5 players then looking for an 8th All-Ireland medal. Aidan Skelton, one of 15, looking for a first. And you can see that substitute Stephen Conway, who came on in the game against Galway, is warming up. Harry McClure, good shoulder. The layoff into space, giving Damien O'Hagan a lot of work to do. Tom Spillane had a very trying first half. To his brother Mick. A wild kick away over towards Tommy Doyle, who has difficulty controlling it. This is Timmy Dowd, however. Paulie O'Shea. Kerry still struggling to get into their familiar rhythm. 2 Tyrone players rising with Tommy Doyle, and it breaks down to Paddy Ball. The long incisive ball up to Damien O'Hagan. Mickey Mellon calling on the far side. O'Hagan kicking. Charlie Nelligal well under. And Plunkett Donaghy is calling for it in midfield. And at the moment, or at least for a moment there, it seemed that Tyrone were once again ready to take the initiative, but it's come to Kerry's Mikey Spillane. Mike Sheehy gets a brilliant goal. Just when it seemed that Tyrone were going to take over, Kerry come back and it's the equaliser. It was a brilliant finish. Art McCrory has a word of advice for his defence, but how do you stop a goal like this? Ger Power laying it off perfectly. The defence caught ball watching, and how about that for finish? Inch perfect again.
Absolutely fantastic job, but the defence must be faulted, certainly. I mentioned earlier that John Lynch, his mobility was almost gone. Now he was caught out there for that goal once more.
Well, John Lynch is the one who's gone off. Stephen Conway's come on. Tom Spillane with the sides level. What a contest is proving to be. Kerry 2-6, Tyrone 1-9. And a wild boot that time, connecting with the body of Damien O'Hagan. And the referee is calling back Sean Welch. So he becomes the first Kerry player to be booked in this All-Ireland final. So can Mickey Mellon give his side the lead once again? It's thirsty business. This from about 40 metres. Mickey McClure in there. Charlie Nelligan likewise. And the referee awards a free out to Kerry. Or does he? The umpire is signalling a 45, and the referee endorses that view. Well, the Kerry supporters didn't see it that way at all. They thought it was a foul on their goalkeeper, and I tend to go along with that view, I'm afraid. So Charlie is poised, Jack goes back. Mickey Mellon with the 45. Jack rising high, fetching it cleanly. And again Kerry, in their familiar pattern, tried to play their way out of trouble, but bottled up their Ogie Moran, gives it straight to Stephen Conway. The substitute has just been introduced, and he can't do any better than some of the other forwards. So the position with 16 minutes gone in the second half, the sides are level, 12 points apiece in goals, 2-6 to 1-9. Kieran McGarvey stemming the tide. Mickey McClure unable to keep it in the field of play. And certainly it's turning out to be an All-Ireland final to remember. Some brilliant scores, some great passages of play, and Pat Spillane giving Kerry the lead again. They lead by a point. Pat has now scored a goal and 4 points of Kerry's total of 2 goals and 7. So 13-12 the position. Well, there were many people predicting that this game might well be over at this stage, with the cup safely in the bag for Kerry. But it hasn't been like that at all. This adventurous style of forward play has had the Kerry defence in trouble from time to time. Stephen Conway. Taken down, or just about so, by Eugene McKenna, but it comes down to a Kerry man, to Paulie O'Shea. Tommy Doyle towards Mikey Sheehy, the scorer of that fabulous goal just about 3 minutes ago. Paddy Ball commits the foul. Here's Owen Liston. Ger Power. And Ger Power wins the free in. The Tyrone defence saying that he simply took a tumble. And the expression on Kevin McCabe's face says it all. Mikey Sheehy's kick. And Mikey Sheehy's score. It was a difficult enough angle. The breeze blowing behind him rather awkwardly, but he's now given his side a 2-point lead. This is one of the most difficult passages of the game for Tyrone Enda. They're behind by 2 points, and they've got, what, 17 minutes left for play?
It certainly is, and Kerry are getting the upper hand now, and Kerry are using all their experience at this stage, and it's going to be very difficult to beat them.
That pass from Ger Power to Willie Marr, back to Mikey Sheehy. Look at that for accuracy. He's a delightful forward, Mikey Sheehy. 7 All-Ireland medals he scored, a man of great vision, great touch and great skill. So, is there a Tyrone response now? They badly need to get possession in midfield and set up a few forward attacks of their own. But it's all Kerry just at the moment, as Harry McClure tried to break up that dominance. To Paddy Ball. The layoff to Damien O'Hagan, intended for Padge Quinn, the Tyrone goal scorer. Tommy Doyle. Pat Spillane able to take it down at the second attempt. Timmy Dowd, he's really buzzing in midfield, providing the promptings. Aidan Skelton with Mikey Sheehy coming in, and he left it behind, but Noel McGinn was alive to the dangers. Sean McNally. Bad kick into space, straight to a Kerry man, straight to Ger Lynch. Ger Parr, Pat Spillane. Really, it's just becoming all Kerry, but the finish letting down Pat Spillane. I'm sure questions will be asked afterwards, and if Tyrone go on to lose this game, should they really have gone for a goal with that penalty? If, as you say, Kevin McCabe went for a point instead, it might have killed off the game as a contest.
Yeah, I certainly think so. I think it was much too early in the game to go for a point rather than go for a goal, that they needed all the scores they could get at that stage.
Instead, Tyrone find themselves behind by 3. Sean Welsh now has time to come and collect and gather. Ger Lynch doing what he loves to do, attacking down that left flank. The layoff just about getting to Timmy Dowd. Back now to Jack O'Shea. Sean McNally. A lot of fisted football. Here's Gerpar, steadying himself and kicking it over the bar. The Austin Stacksman gets his name on the score sheet. That's his first point. It's come 22 minutes into the second half. So now, a goal and a point between the sides. And Eugene McKenna has gone off. Stephen Rice has come on. And that's a bit of a surprise, unless, of course, that Eugene McKenna was carrying an injury into the game in the first place, which was well concealed, because, as we stated earlier, he started at full forward when everyone expected him to play on the 40. Gerpar being held and swung around, it seems, but the referee, yes, the referee does blow the whistle at last. So is it to be a day of disappointment for these Tyrone supporters? And we have confirmation indeed that Eugene McKenna did leave the field limping, and limping pretty badly. And in a moment or two, Tyrone may be ready to bring on another sub. Jack O'Shea driving it in for the forwards. The defence mixes it up between them. Ogie Moran was going for a point, but it breaks back down to Harry McClure of Tyrone. His midfield partner, Plunkett Donaghy. Their cohesion now has simply evaporated, and their challenge beginning to dissipate. So we've a sub on for Tyrone.
Yes, Gerard, I think Tyrone have given everything at this stage, and also when you see a man of the calibre of Eugene McKenna going off injured, it's a terrible blow to them, really.
So Mickey Mallon, the free taker, has gone off. Here's Ogie Moran, a point. Faultless finishing by Ogie Moran, and now 5 of Kerry's 6 forwards have scored. This is the point in the game when they seem to be just drifting away from the opposition. Aidan O'Hagan is the substitute we saw come on. He replaces Mickey Mallon. And those Kerry supporters up there, they don't look too happy just at the moment, but I'm sure deep inside they really are. 2 Kerry men going for the one ball. Timmy Down is the one who took it. The referee did not like the punch away, claiming it was an illegal hand pass. There has to be a visible striking action, of course. Stephen Rice, one of Tyrone's substitutes. Mikey Sheehy here. Gerpar. Owen Liston will try to touch it down towards Timmy Dowd. Owen, yes, a point. Dowd gets the score when he might have left it for Ogie Moran, but one way or the other between them they got it. And now it's 2-12 to 1-9, 18 points to 12. 10 minutes precisely remaining. Plunkett Donaghy. Gerpar. And the referee says there was a pick-up. And a bit of good-natured banter between Gerpar and referee Jimmy Denigan. Plunkett Donaghy, the free taker, to Mickey McClure. Kevin McCabe down to Stephen Conway. Tyrone badly needing a score, badly needing a goal, but they simply give it away to Tom Spillane. Mikey Sheehy, the layoff for Gerpar, intercepted. And the referee saw that there was a push on Plunkett Donaghy. He's given the free to Tyrone just outside the 45-metre line. Well, Mickey Mallon may have gone off, but it's Joe Mallon, his older brother, who's taking the freeze. Intended for Damien O'Hagan. Good catch by Pat Spillane, about 10 metres out from his own goal. Pat, a player who loves to play just about everywhere and get involved in the contest at all times. Sean McNally. In towards Podge Quinn. Breaks down to Stephen Rice. Looking for a goal as it thunders over. They get a point instead. It might very, very easily have been a goal. Stephen Rice then trying to rouse up his colleagues. 5 points now between them. Can they edge their way back into it? Just watch it again from that left-hand side of the square. It shaved the crossbar and over. Jack O'Shea fists it on to the waiting and vigilant Ogie Moran. Onto the unrunning Timmy Dowd. Shifts the shoulder and takes the point. This is a brilliant spell of Kerry football. That's 2 points now that Timmy Dowd has scored in the second half since coming on as a sub. And it certainly restores their 6-point lead again. Kevin McCabe overhitting the pass. It hasn't been his afternoon by any means. Fairly elaborate jump that time by Plunkett Donaghy. Damien O'Hagan, who's foraged bravely. On occasions he's lacked support, however. Joe Mallon thundering off Jack O'Shea. Away by Willie Marr, but back straight to the man in midfield, Plunkett Donaghy. 6 points between the teams, remember. Pat Spillane. Kicking it out to Willie Marr, the only one of the forwards who hasn't got his name on the score sheet so far. Ogie Moran once again with vision opens up the play on this left side. Timmy Dowd gets an advantage. Mikey Sheehy dodging round two defenders. Lovely balance, brilliant skill and control. Ogie Moran, now can Owen Liston finish off what has been a perfect move? He can. That's a superb score. A superb score because of a brilliant build-up. There were about 7 players involved in the move, and Liston is the one who gets the credit for the point at the end. You may have seen that time, even as Owen Liston walked away, Kieran McGarvey had a little smile on the face, a smile of resignation, I think, at this stage, with only 6 minutes to go. Stephen Conway, let's not write off Tyrone just yet. Plunkett Donaghy, tenaciously carrying it forward, but an ambitious hand pass with 3 Kerry players between himself and Kevin McCabe. Jack O'Shea is lying down injured, away to the right-hand side of the field. Back on his feet just again. He's bravely continued in the game. Ger Parr. Owen Liston. The layoff back to Mike Sheehy. 4 Kerry men, 3 outfield Tyrone players, and Sheehy has put it wide. Well, I suppose they can afford misses at this stage, but they've done so much right in this second half, Kerry.
Yeah, I think it's the hallmark of a great team to see them come back like Kerry have come back today.
All Plunkett Donaghy. Well, Plunkett Donaghy at this stage beginning to run out of steam. But for all that, let's not take it away from Tyrone for the best part of 50 minutes, I suppose, in this contest. They were very much in there with a shout. Mikey Sheehy a little angry with himself as that one goes wide of the post yet again. But I think he'll be remembered, and he'll remember this contest for that splendid second half goal that he scored. The Tyrone challenge faltering at this stage, obvious signs of fatigue. So A look of resignation on Art McRory's face. But let's give him credit for taking his team through to the very first All-Ireland final. It's a team I think we'll see back in Croke Park in finals again. Joe Mallon, who stayed forward as an attacking player. But it's all Kerry. And all the fans of Kerry and Tyrone at this stage can do, certainly the Tyrone fans can do, is simply sit back and admire it. Willie Marr. Stephen Conway. Sean McNally. Fisted down by Mick Spillane, but straight to Mickey McClure. Well, Mickey McClure has done an awful lot right in the match. He's the youngest player in the contest. He's foraged very gamely, he's showed his pace on occasions, but his finishing has been rather poor in the second half. Kieran McGarvey, and Kieran commits a push on the back of Owen Liston. Mick O'Dwyer on his feet, as always in contests of this nature, and I think he's a very pleased and a very, very happy manager. A team that had been written off after the Munster final in spite of beating Cork. They came back so brilliantly against Meath, and in this second half in particular, they've done an awful lot right. Tommy Doyle was celebrating the referee's whistle that time. The referee was blowing for a free out. Tommy had his arms in the air ready to collect the cup already. He'll have to wait another minute and a half for that. Free into Tyrone. And the very repentant Tom Spillane. Stephen Conway taking the free quickly over towards Joe Mallon. He's put it wide. Well, at this stage it would merely have put a better complexion on the score sheet. There are 7 points between the teams. Kerry's simply oozing class at this stage, full of confidence and heading for another title. That's the position. As we're inside the last minute of play, Jack O'Shea, who's remained on for the full 70 minutes, laying it off to Timmy Dowd. Willie Marr racing to his right. Ogie Moran is the target man. Well, it was a bit of a hit and hope shot, but he scored. Taking the salute of the crowd and his colleagues. Ogie Moran gets a second point. Stephen Rice. Kevin McCabe. Sean McNally. Now can they finish with a flourish? Perhaps a late score, perhaps a late goal. They'll have to settle. No, he's put it wide again. Well, even in the last 4 or 5 minutes, they've had plenty of chances, Enda.
At this stage, I feel that they haven't.
And there it is, there it is. Kerry have won their 30th title, doing so in convincing fashion in the end. There may have been a doubt about the issue at half-time, but Paddy O'Shea, last year's captain, takes the ball, takes the salute of the crowd, and in the end, I suppose it's what everybody predicted anybody. But behind the scoreline, you've got a display of courage and bravery by Tyrone. That's the final score, 215 to 110. But the day, like so many others, belongs to the marvellous champions from Kerry. And so Sam Maguire makes that familiar trip due southwest yet again tomorrow night. Kerry, truly the worthy champions of champions.